put a finger down if in 2019 you went to the doctor because you felt like something was wrong. You knew something was off with your thyroid specifically. So you went to your doctor and you told them how you were feeling, and they told you it's just a virus. You'll be fine. So skip ahead 2 weeks later, you go back because you're still having the same symptoms. They have not let up at all. And once again, they tell you it's just a virus. You'll be fine. So skip ahead another 2 weeks. Go back again for the same thing. And this time you make sure to tell them, my hair is falling out. I'm extremely tired. I'm sleeping a lot. I think something's wrong with my thyroid. And they tell you again, I think it's just a virus, but we'll run labs just to make sure. So they run the labs. They check your thyroid. And levels come back. It's right on the line. Like, it's literally 4.9 is 1 point more and it's abnormal. So comes back 4.9. Your labs are within normal range. You're fine. So, you just say, whatever, okay, I trust you because you're doctors. So you go about your business, skip ahead from May 2019 to January of 2020. You end up having a serious bout of vertigo. You have to leave work early. You have to be picked up because you can't drive. But you happen to have an appointment that day. So you let your doctor know, hey, this is what happened. And this is your female doctor. This is your gynecologist this time. And she says, I want to run labs. I want to run, a complete blood panel, a thyroid panel, just to rule everything out. So she does that. She runs your thyroid panel. And it comes back 9.5. Extremely high. So there's definitely something wrong with your thyroid that you knew about back in May. But it was just a virus. So, they set you up with your primary to talk about it. While you're waiting, you do some research. You look into different thyroid diseases, Hashimoto's being the one that most aligns with you. So you go, you see your doctor, and you let them know, hey, I did some research, and I think it might be Hashimoto's. Can we rule it out? Oh, well, that's a rare one. I really don't think that you have it. I think it's just your thyroid is overactive. Or underactive. If your levels are high, it's underactive. If your levels are low, it's overactive. It's backwards. Anyway, so you say, no, I just want to rule it out. Can we please test for it? So they do. And lo and behold, you have Hashimoto's. So you think, okay, great, now I can get this taken care of. Skip a couple months later, widespread chronic pain that started gradually, mind you. But it got to a point where it was like, okay, I should probably figure this out, talk to my doctor, ask about it. They run all kinds of tests, ANA, rheumatology, or rheumatoid arthritis, all of that. And they said, well, all of that's normal, so I don't know what's wrong with you. So you have fibromyalgia. Okay. So you get set up with a rheumatologist. You go, you talk with them. They put you on a bunch of different medications that completely fuck with you and fuck with your weight. And they still, to this day, have messed up your metabolism. All the while, every time you would come in and say, hey, it's getting worse, they would just tell you, you'll grow out of it. Mind you, at this point, you're 30. So, you keep pushing, you bring a friend with you, and they advocate for you during one of your appointments. So finally, they're like, oh, yeah, fine, we'll do an MRI. We'll do an MRI. So they do an MRI of your lower spine because a lot of your pain is in your legs. And they tell you there's nothing on this MRI, everything's normal, it's musculoskeletal, it's fibro. But you had decided to switch primaries, and your new primary at another hospital network took a look at this MRI and said, no, you have a cyst, discoloration of your bone marrow, and degenerative disc disease. So the other doctor lied to you. So you get all that figured out. You do physical therapy for the degenerative disc disease. You're keeping an eye on the cyst, and then you move. And you move to another state that, you have to get the state insurance for that state. So your other doctor is no longer covered. So you do that, you move to a new state, you go to a new doctor, and all she does is blame your issues on your weight and your depression, even though you've got diagnosis of Hashimoto's, and then you also have POTS. So you were diagnosed with POTS. I kind of skipped over that, but I didn't have any bullshit with that one. And damage to the gravity sensors in your ears. Completely ignores that and says, nope, it's just your depression and you need to lose weight. Find a new doctor. This doctor is phenomenal. This doctor is amazing. This doctor actually listens to you. She gets you set up with physical therapy for migraines. And while you're getting assessed, your physical therapist asks you, hey, are you hypermobile? I don't know. Nobody's ever told me that I am. So she does the whole shebang, the whole test, and you pass it with flying colors. So you bring that to your new doctor and you say, hey, I would like to speak with a geneticist to find out if I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So she's wonderful. She refers you out. Geneticist calls you, and they send you the kit. You do not test positive for any of the genetic markers. So she firmly believes that you just have the hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos. But you can't get a diagnosis because there is no certified doctor in the state of Wisconsin that can certify the diagnosis. The closest one is in Indiana. So 4 years total, struggling with chronic pain, trying to figure out what the fuck the issue is. And you're so close and you can't get it because you're on state insurance, because you're disabled, so you can't work. And disability is a fucking hassle to try and get. So you're so close to finally getting that diagnosis that you have been fighting for 4 years, and it is just out of your reach because there's no specialists in your state who can help you. Put a finger down if that lines up with you. I know this is a long one, and there's a lot more bullshit that I went through all of this, but at least I have an idea of what's wrong with me. Still trying to figure out how to manage it because I don't really have anybody to guide me. So, yeah. Okay, I love you. Goodbye. Mwah.